Teach them the whole thing. Teach them the truth. Teach them the difference between the friends and the enemies. Teach them that racism gets passed on like a family heirloom in the United States, in Europe, in France. Wherever we go, we're looking up from the bottom. Teach them. If you think you're going to be neutral, you're neutralizing your kids.
Good point.
It doesn't mean that they don't have to be vigilant. They have to be vigilant because it's not about running up against a tank with a rock. That's not what we're teaching them to do, but it's about trying to make an assessment of the friends and the enemies. Once we clear that their own life will be guided, they will do, you send them to school, their little research paper will be about trying to uncover more about themselves. Their work, what they choose to do, will be about trying to serve their people. So I'm optimistic. I just came from Haiti about 2 weeks ago when there was an investiture, change of government and stuff like that. You know, people are suffering. You know, we at war. But the reality is the pathology of victimization in Haiti is absent, even though we're poor. Because we are not victims, we were victors, right? So you have our people standing up, poor as can be, but feeling strong, feeling that they can go on, feeling hopeful. So I'm supposed to be off the stage, let me take 2 minutes. But I just wanted to say that, you know, the future is ours, and we gotta fight for it.
Yes.
It's not gonna come to us easy. Thank you.
Thank you.
The illustrious reparations warrior, Judge Lionel Baptiste. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
About determining who our own, as he said, friends and enemies, but also who our own heroes and sheroes are. And that, brother, as all of the awardees are my heroes and sheroes. We're going to bring up now the sister who established or kept alive the structure in Chicago that it gives me an opportunity to exercise my organizational skills within the movement of reparations. The sister who is the Washington Park Advocacy, president of Washington Park Advocacy Council, and was a former co-chair of the Chicago chapter of NCOBRA for a number of years. And just kept the work going, established the Chicago chapter along with Mama Repo on a very strong base foundation in which the next generation is able to, that's an institutional building. When you establish something that the next generation can come right in and continue to work. I want to bring up Mama Cecilia Butler.
Go ahead.
Yes, Cam, I'd like to thank you and Barbara for keeping it going. For those that aren't aware of it, the very first Chicago NCOBRA event, major event throughout the country, was right here on the campus of Chicago State many years ago. And it was a great event. People came from all over the country. And I think a few people might have came from beyond the U.S. When you look at the list of people, Dorothy Tillman, Conrad World, we did things that were really unimaginable through Dorothy, Alderman Dorothy Tillman, when we brought our doctrine to City Council, and she pushed on top of it through the works of Deidre.
Okay, right.
Well, I might not have been as active, and I don't apologize for not being active, because what I gained through those years, I brought them home to my community in Washington Park. And I'm totally glad and honored about it. But the one person I really miss, and I see her house every day, and that's Urbana Republic. When you drive through Washington Park, right at 55th, across from the field house, Erlene brought in Cobra to Chicago. And thank you, you all are still meeting at the field house. The one thing that I'm proud of is that when people like to talk about I'm Democratic, I'm Republican, I say I'm a reparationist.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And I think we have a whole room of reparationists right in this room.
Yeah, that's right.
So again, I want to thank you, Barbara, you, Cam, for keeping the movement going. And yes, we're going to get it. It's just when.
That's right.
Thank you.
Let's give reparations warrior, Mama Cecilia Butler.
Bo.
Moving forward, Sister Pat Hill, I don't think she's able to make it, but Pat Hill, I joined in Cobra at Pat Hill's cafe. If it wasn't for Pat organizing it in Cobra, I wouldn't be here today. So, you know, I literally stand on the shoulders of everybody on this list. Mama Cecilia Butler, Pat Hill as well. And Pat Hill, also want to say that she helped me cut my teeth as a organizer around international issues. We co-convened International Year of People African Descent in Chicago in 2011, where we brought together 25 pro-black, Pan-African organizations, and we put together a year of events around the international decade. And I owe a great deal of thanks to Pat Hill for helping me broaden my understanding of international law and international relations.
The mother of human rights.
Mother of human rights in the city of Chicago, yes. She's taught us all about the UN declarations on human rights. And going right to Pat Hill, the person who really pushed me in the direction of human rights study is the next award. I consider him also a very powerful mentor to me in this struggle, as well as my hero, personal hero, of what he's done, and affirming to those of us, and I'm 55, she's not much older, but she's older, that those who are younger, that what we're doing is correct. Because sometimes we need to know that we're doing things correct, especially if you haven't did it before. And so, no other person who has shown me that the direction I'm taking is the correct direction and has pushed me in this direction is Attorney Stannis Willis. Would you come up?
Bo.
Yeah, Bo.
Understand.
Kwame.
Brothers and sisters, it's a pleasure to be here. I was listening to Conrad's discussion about Dorothy in Geneva in 2001. 400, probably more than 400 Africans from this continent went to Geneva, paid their own way to raise the issue of reparations. And out of that, one of the things that grew out of that was this decade of African descent direction. Had we not gone to Geneva, maybe that decade would not be recognized. And I mention that because we need to do more work to help our community understand that the decade is here. We haven't done a lot of work locally around the decade, but we need to step it up. We need to do more work. We need to do more work to support the work that Cam and others are doing in Cobra. I'm also reminded of the work that was done prior to our going to Durban, South Africa. I became of age in the 60s and the 70s. when we decided that we would no longer be Negroes during that time period, we became Africans. We realized that we had been Africans all the time. But that's a decade to always remember, because the youth, and I was one of the youth at that time, took some very strong positions on liberation.